I just these days, I finished reading a book on Yeshaya of kerestir. Kerestir seems to be a city in Hungary. I really don't know the geography, but that's what it looks like. It's a city in Hungary. Now, it's in the area, which it's in the area of a place called Tokaj, which I remember seeing in the Rashash in June. Let me just look it up a minute. About the one mentions that in the Heichel there were branches. There was branches, but they made golden branches, and grapes grew on them. The grapes grew on them. And the rest, I've seen numerous, as I'm looking it up right now, because I just remembered it on the spot as I was talking, that he says like this, that there was no, I can't find it now, but there were in the grapes of the vineyards of Tokaj, they found little particles of gold in the grapes. And maybe he says that has to do with these grapes that grew from the branches that were in the Pesach of the Heichel. Too bad I didn't look it up before, but I remember once seeing such a thing. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, in the area of Tokaj was a place where there was very good wine came from there. And it seems that in those days, that was the best wine in the world. Now, kerestir was in that area.
Rabbi Caplan.
Yeah.
It may remind me what Rabbi Nachman says. Once you've tasted Hungarian wine, you can't fool her. You can't be fooled.
Oh, so you said Hungarian wine, right. When he said Hungarian wine, I think that's what he meant. That was famous in those days. That was the best wine in the world. That was the Hungarian wine from Tokaj. Now, the city kerestir seems to be that it was in that area. Maybe it's in the Yahweh. Let me look. No, okay. Anyway, it was in that area. Now, Rabbi Yeshaya was one of the big tzaddikim of his time. And what's told about him is motion. Motion and more motion and more motion that he did. But, and another thing is told about him, the tremendous chesed that he did. And avodas Hashem of Achnos HaSorchim, which that was his mitzvah, Achnos HaSorchim. And he fed hundreds and hundreds of Yidden. He fed them and gave them food. And that was his mitzvah, Achnos HaSorchim. Achnos HaSorchim and chesed. He gave out a lot of money, he gave a lot of food. Now, from my young age, they tell that he already was drinking motion. One of the stories that I remember is when he was being Mishamish, his rebbe, Herschel Lister. I don't know anything about him, but I do know that he traveled to the Tzanzerov when Rabbi yeshaya was Mishamish's rebbe, so when they gave out rolls, challahs for shalosh shudis, so when the bag, there wasn't enough in the bag, he still kept giving out. I mean, there became a broch in the rolls, and even when there wasn't enough, there still was more and more. As soon as somebody started feeling the bag, what's in there, all of a sudden it wasn't there. The bracha was only there when it was a dorish shenei salam in ayin, so let us both, so the bracha was there. I mean, as a bracha still, he did such tremendous motion that he gave out rolls when it finished. I mean, mine is like the mofas of Eliyahu, Novi Kada Kemak was Sichla, and the mofas of Elisha that she poured the shemen, and they kept going more and more and more. There's no end to it. And he did the same mofas like that. And when you read the book, besides seeing all the motion, you get a strong feeling of the tremendous chesed that was pouring out from him. Your mamish can feel like he was a fountain of chesed, of love to every Jew. I mean, we can't imagine what kind of people there were in certain areas in Europe. The amount of amiratzis that there was is sometimes it's unbelievable. And there were people that used to come in a certain time in the year during Elul Tishrei Cheshvan, which was the time when they harvested the grapes from the vineyards of the area. And people came from all over Europe to squeeze the grapes. For around 3 months a year, they came to work in the vineyard squeezing grapes. And that was not just like in the time of the Gemara. It would be Dorech Hanovim. Dorech, it's mentioned in a few places. They would take off their shoes and socks and step on the grapes and step on it until it was squeezed out. And don't ask me if they washed their feet before. They didn't wash their feet before. But we still know that the Hungarian wine was the best wine in the world. Now, these people were such amaratzim. There were among them some that didn't know how to read Hebrew. And I don't know if they knew how to read English. That's for sure they didn't. But if they know how to read Hungarian, I also don't know. And Yeshaya took them in that time when they came to his area. He took them in and he fed them and he gave them. And some of them were grubber people. That means anoshim, gasim, poor, not refined, not probably their heads. Like when one of the Gaboim were coming and giving out the rolls for the Shabbos meal, so somebody was miserable to come in and take a knife and tear the bag open and let all the rolls fall out, and everybody would grab in front of the Rebbe is sitting there. What kind of thing is this? And then there weren't enough rolls left for everybody. And listen to what a tzaddik we're talking about here. So he would beg them, maybe you could lend me some of the rolls that you have. Lend me, I'll pay you back later. They come and they steal from his rolls, from his bags, and then he asks them to lend. And there were some times that the Gaboim wanted to throw out certain people. And they said, we can't have these kind of people here. So yeshaya said, I don't throw out a Jew. There's no such thing by me. Some weren't so from. And still, I don't throw out a Jew.
Rabbi Kaplan,
Yeah.
I'd like to say a word. This week, I was also reading a book. Zichronos Mea Sharim by Moshe Yosef Yaakov. And he has the longest chapter in the book is about I don't know exactly how, a relation. He's in the Shalshelis, or Rav Meir Grossman. And the stories they tell about him, it could be he was some sort of connection. Just mention it for our listeners.
So he was also Hungarian.
Yeah, definitely. And he's connected to his,
To yeshaya.
somehow he's connected. I'll have
So
to,
he has some kind of connection. And he also did Achnasa Sachin. Ad Kedei Kach, that I once went to visit his house in the middle of the week, and I said to one of the sons over there that you're doing tremendous chesed, that you feed so-and-so. So he said, well, he's the guest. We're the guest and he's the boss. He said it a little bit sarcastically, but you see the way they ran their house, these people, that they just let this person in. And
this person, I know this
people
person.
are lower than this person. This person is not such a low person, but and they gave everybody. Rabbi Yeshaya just gave and gave and gave. You see, mamish mitosa shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that he's kerestir, mashpia to the world. And there's no end to his hashpah, the chesed Hashem that's coming down to the world every day. We don't see it, but if you just close your eyes and imagine, you can see Shafa coming down, Chesed coming, and giving coming down. Hashem is giving and giving and giving. Just imagine, every part of your body is alive. Every part of your body has life in it, and that life, Hashem is giving that. I mean, because it doesn't come in bags and in packages, so it's hard to imagine it. But he's giving chesed, chesed yibona. Hashem is giving all the time. And this tzaddik, Rabbi Yeshaya, he was Domer Laboro, chesed, only giving and giving and giving. But the promotion that he did, unbelievable things. It was Mekrim in him, the pasuk that says in Mishlei, V'sigza omer v'yokum loch v'odrochecha noga ola. You'll be good. I think, no, maybe I'm wrong. It's in you, I think. You'll be good. The tzaddik, he's good. He says words. V'yokum loch, and it just happens. There was stories about people that had storehouses of wheat, of grain, and they made a lot of money from it. But they had a problem of mice. The mice used to come and eat and ruin a lot of their grain. Like there's 2 or 3 stories like that. And they came to yeshaya and they said to him, the mice are eating the grain. I just said, oh, what do the mice have to eat your grain? There's a guy across the street with a storehouse of grain. Let them go there, but all of a sudden they see a row of mice marching out in a parade, Mesidik, marching out and going across the street to the guy. Rabbi Yeshaya, when he said it, he didn't say it like with a toughness, with a kiffer. He just said it like talking, like schmoozing, like 2 people talking in the street. And what do they have to come eat by you? What's wrong with the guy across the street? All of a sudden, Vatigza Omer Vayokum Loch. Yeah, you were good and it happened, but the pshat is the words of the tzaddik didn't go for nothing. He just said, Asichas Chulin, you would call it. And it just happened. And the way he acted, he was just so hamish with the people, living with the people, worrying about the people. People came, they were on the way, and they stopped by in his city. They came and they slept in the shul in the yard, and he came in the morning with
Rabbi
water to
Caplan.
wash.
Rabbi Caplan, we're taking a break now.